What up, dude bros? I'm Frank. This is a bonus Thursday video for this week. Check out these two cool things that I just got from NF Strike. A Nerf Mortar and a Flashbang. F. That is really annoying. Not a comprehensive review of either of these products, and I'm not actually obligated to make this for NF Strike, but they sent this stuff over to me, and I just think they're super cool, so kind of like an alert or a, hey, check out these two really cool things that I just found. First, the Nerf Mortar, because I just think it looks super cool, and it functions kind of like a real mortar. This device is pretty unique because the propulsion mechanism is actually put into the missile instead of the blaster. This is just a tube with a little like pole at the bottom of it. And that, to my knowledge, is actually how real mortars work. I've never fired a mortar, don't know. And these don't explode or anything, it's just a big foam projectile, like a Titan rocket, kind of. Overview of the missile itself, it's completely foam, like everything you can see, but inside you can tell there's like a rigid skeleton. And that is the propulsion mechanism. It is a spring-powered missile, pretty much. The range isn't that great, so I'm not sure the fins really affect it, but it does shoot relatively straight. This little thing which is included is how you prime each mortar like missile. It's a big tube that the missile fits into with a stick, actually just like the mortar launcher, but this one is more controlled. So the back of each little rocket has like a hole that you stick the pole in. Oh my gosh. You just take it from behind and oh my God. As you push these two together, this little pole is compressing the spring. So it's kind of like when you pull back on the priming handle of a Nerf blaster. That's what you're doing here. And when it's all the way in, it clicks, and now this thing is primed. The mortar doesn't have a trigger unit, it kind of just has a really weak catch. So when you drop this and it hits the stick on the inside, the little rod inside the mortar goes up the same hole that this thing just went. Oh my gosh. I cannot make this video. And when the pole goes through and then strikes the little internal thing right here, it deactivates and that's how it fires. It's pretty much like pulling the trigger. And that just happens when it hits the bottom of the mortar-like tube. So pretty cool device, and it's unique in the fact that the propulsion mech is in each missile. However, that also makes these more valuable. Instead of like really cheap ammo or really cheap darts with a more expensive blaster, this is kind of like launching your blaster at your opponent, kind of. But it looks super snazzy, and it's quite safe. This whole thing compresses, and the velocity is pretty low, so it's extremely unlikely that you could hurt anybody. It might not be war effective, but it's really cool to just, I mean, it's a freaking Nerf mortar. How cool is that? You could even use it as a decoy, just launch a few mortars up. I mean, if I saw one up in the air, I'd just be like, whoa. And then my opponent could just headshot me. So we could just launch mortars as decoys so everybody goes, whoa. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a mortar round, and then headshot, boom. Yeah, that's fighting really dirty, but you're also launching mortars at them, so who's to judge, really? Went over this product, as well as the little missiles, now the like mortar launcher itself. In essence, it really is just a giant tube that the mortar rounds slide through, and then there's a little pole like in the bottom here. And that little rod is essential to activate your catch, or it's pretty much like the trigger. The stand here is easy to rotate, so you can kind of get any angle you want, and then this little stand pops out, and you can adjust the angle with this little guy. It is all plastic, it doesn't feel super robust. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Not really a review, but what a cool product. That's the mortar. Now to the flashbang grenade, and I honestly can't believe this is a thing, but it's pretty cool. So the features here, the whole thing is like in a little plastic bottle. It reminds me of like a racquetball ball container, like that. A little bit smaller, but it's really flexible, weak plastic, and it has a screw-off lid. The only button you can access from the outside is the red button, which is how you arm it. After you press it, you wait a few seconds, and then it turns on. It doesn't have like a momentary switch or like a trigger release on like impact or anything. It's just, you know, a second or two, you throw it and it automatically turns on every time. It's just a flexible LED strip that's just like wired around the little battery pack in the little like micro board. The little top unscrews like this. I'll take it apart. So that's just a clear bottle, which protects everything fairly well. Mine's kind of coming apart a little bit. It's really inexpensive, but I kind of like that because it makes everything much lighter. It's not like an overbuilt, really thick ABS plastic, like rigid skeleton or anything. So if you try to toss it near somebody and you accidentally hit them, I mean, it's gonna hurt if you like chuck it at somebody, but if you have like a tactical toss to try to throw it in a room and you accidentally hit somebody in the arm, it's not gonna hurt a whole lot because it's so light. Inside here, we have a little rechargeable battery pack that came included. However, a charger didn't come with mine. I know I have one of these little charging cables. I don't know the name of what this is called, but it's a little LiPo and has a little balancing cable right here. A lot of cheap little electronics like this come with a little USB charger. I don't know that that would work with a LiPo, so it kind of makes sense that they don't include the charger, but it's kind of a bummer. So if you buy this, you might only get one battery's life worth. This little board and all of that, I don't actually know how that works, but I'm pretty sure that's what's controlling the strobing effect that turns it into a flashbang. These appear to be just normal white LEDs that aren't like special strobing LEDs. It's the little board that's controlling the power into the LEDs that makes it flash like that. I would have to say their pricing is pretty competitive considering all these like little parts. I can't get this stupid battery thing out. I'm gonna break this. Not a comprehensive review. I'm exploring the product. Pretty cool little product. So then you stick in the rest of it, screw in the top. How annoying is that? Oh man, on camera it looks like I'm about to tell ghost stories. There was once a blaster so bad, it was worse than to deploy. Dun dun dun! Fire in the hole! So annoying. Not really a review. I'm not even sure that I'll be using this because that would just be so annoying. And if you're like prone to having seizures, that could definitely set one off. And even if you aren't, that's really annoying. Like somebody like activating a flash like one time in front of you with a camera, that's just like, hey bro, stop it. This, I imagine celebrities experience something like this when they walk down the red carpet and all the paparazzi guys with their flashes like that. Probably why they all look stoned and kind of have their eyes like this the whole time, or wear sunglasses at like midnight. It's just a defense mechanism against all of the stupid flashes. I understand it now, unless I'm just totally wrong. Not a review, but just kind of a, hey, check out these two really cool things that I found on NF Strike. So thanks for NF Strike for sending these things over. I'll put links to both of these products in the description box below if you're interested in purchasing them. I know the mortar is also available on Amazon. I'm not sure about this thing. I would not be surprised if Amazon was like, nope, that's gonna be deleted. You can't sell that on our site because it's like a safety hazard. Like, geez, I keep trying to make myself get used to it, but I can't. That's just annoying. Practical for a legitimate Nerf war? Maybe not, that's questionable, but it's definitely pretty fun to look at. So hopefully, you had fun looking at these two cool things. Bonus little Thursday video this week, so that's it. Thanks so much for watching, bros, and as always, stay tactical.